Aleister Crowley is one of the most misunderstood figures in modern occult history, not because of what he practiced, but because of how he has been remembered. The popular image is excess, provocation, and spectacle, a figure defined by shock rather than substance. But that image obscures something much quieter. Most of Crowley's real work was disciplined, repetitive, and deliberately ordinary. It was not designed to impress. It was designed to train. Crowley did not begin his practice by asking for outcomes. He began by establishing order. Much of his time was spent reading, writing, recording, and repeating the same practices day after day. He believed that without discipline, ritual was meaningless. To him, magic was not emotional expression. It was not release. It was not performance. It was training. He wrote obsessively, not to dramatize experience, but to document it. What happened, what did not happen, what repeated itself over time. The act of recording mattered more than the experience itself, because memory distorts, but repetition reveals. Crowley believed repetition exposed truth, not intensity, not peak moments, but consistency. The same desk, the same posture, the same actions, repeated until novelty faded and habit took over. This is where many people misunderstand his work. They expect visions. He expected reliability. If something only worked once, he did not trust it. If it worked quietly over time, he paid attention. He was not chasing extraordinary moments. He was watching for what endured. Time played a central role in his practice. Crowley structured his day deliberately. Morning, midday, evening, night, not to worship time, but to orient himself within it. He believed the practitioner should be situated before attempting anything else, physically, mentally, internally, before any ritual. He wanted to know where he stood, in his body, in his attention, in his will. This was not about control. It was about placement, knowing your position before you act. Crowley understood that without orientation, ritual becomes fantasy, and fantasy produces noise, not clarity. Later, ritual entered his work, but not as spectacle. His ceremonial practice was precise and restrained. Gestures were controlled, movements deliberate. Nothing was wasted. The robe was not costume. It was function. It marked a shift in state, not identity. It was worn to signal work, not mystery. Ritual, for Crowley, was not about asking the universe for something. It was about becoming capable of holding what came next. He was not interested in signs. He was interested in stability. There was no rush toward climax, no obsession with manifestation. Presence mattered more than outcome. The work was done carefully, and when it was done, it ended without ceremony. Crowley did not linger in ritual states. He returned to writing, to observation, to repetition. The work was never finished. There was no final moment where everything resolved, no sense of arrival, only continuation. This is why so much of his practice looks uneventful when viewed from the outside. There are no dramatic moments, no visible breakthroughs, no spectacle to point at, and that is precisely the point. Crowley was not trying to escape the world. He was trying to meet it more fully, through discipline, through repetition, through attention. Whether or not Aleister Crowley resonates with you, there is something worth remembering here. Most real ritual work is quiet, repetitive, often unremarkable to watch. It does not announce itself. It does not demand belief. And yet, Over time, it changes how a person stands in the world.